Hello friends, welcome to Inside Psych Initiative. In today's video, we are going to discuss about weekly current affairs, week number 29. In case, if you miss out the previous weekly current issues, you can find in the playlist named as weekly issues. Now, in today's video, we are going to discuss about following 6 topics. First, we'll start with the preamble. So, each and every topic, we will discuss the context and the information related to the topic. First, we'll try to understand preamble. First, why it is in news. Recently, Supreme Court observed that they are going to examine the validity of the words which are added to the preamble, such as socialist as well as the secular. Of course, previously this kind of case was before the Supreme Court. Again, the Supreme Court said that they are going to examine these words added into the preamble. You know that a preamble was amended once. It was amended through 42nd Constitution Amendment Act 1976. Through that amendment, we added 3 words such as socialist, secular and the word integrity. Now, a petition challenged the addition of the words socialist as well as the secular. About the preamble, you all know that preamble serves as a introduction to the Constitution, and preamble it introduced in the Constituent Assembly as objective resolution by Jawaharlal Nehru. And if you know from which country we inspired the concept of preamble, put your comment in the comment section. Next, so what kind of information our preamble is giving? So preamble gives information such as who is the authority of the Constitution. Obviously, you know that people of India is the authority of the Constitution. Second information it gives nature of India. What is the nature of India? Nature of India is sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic. Third information it gives objectives of Constitution. What are the objectives of Indian Constitution? Justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. And finally, the date of adaptation. The date of adoption of Indian Constitution was 26 November 1949. So this information is given by preamble of Indian Constitution. So in various judgments, in the Berubari case, Supreme Court observed that preamble is not part of the Constitution. Actually, Berubari case is about the giving of Berubari territory to Bangladesh. In that particular case, Supreme Court observed that preamble is not part of the Constitution. So Constitution can be amended, but preamble cannot be amended. That was the observation. But later it reversed its decision. You know that Supreme Court can review its decision and it can reverse its decision as well. In Keshavananda Bharati case 1973, Supreme Court held that preamble is a part of the Constitution and it can be amended as well under Article 368. Then LIC of India case, in this case also Supreme Court reconfirmed that preamble can be amended and it is a part of the Constitution. So this is the topic number 1. Second topic. The second topic is related to biodiversity. You know, to conserve the biodiversity at the global level, we adopted the Convention on Biodiversity. Recently, country Cameroon present in the Western African country. This Cameroon, they signed one of the protocol related to Convention on Biodiversity. First, what is the purpose of the Convention on Biodiversity? You have to understand. Convention on Biodiversity, it is having 3 main objectives. All these 3 are revolving around conserving biodiversity as well as protection of biodiversity and promoting the biodiversity and sharing and equitable access related to information of biodiversity. So based on these 3 pillars, Convention on Biodiversity was signed. Of course, to implement the Convention on Biodiversity, we have 2 protocols. One protocol is Nagoya Protocol and the second one is the Cartagena Protocol. This Nagoya Protocol mainly deals with the equitable sharing of information related to genetic biodiversity. Whereas Cartagena Protocol, it deals with the genetically modified like organisms or living organisms related to that. This Cartagena Protocol deals with. Now this news is not about the Cartagena Protocol, it related to like Nagoya Protocol. Cameroon adopted Nagoya Protocol. It is on the giving equal access and sharing of information related to genetical biodiversity. This Cartagena Protocol or Nagoya Protocol, and both which are a part of the Convention on Biodiversity, it is a legally binding global agreement. And this Convention on Biodiversity, it adopted Nagoya Protocol in 2010 in Nagoya city of Japan. This Convention on Biodiversity, around 196 countries are the parties of this CBD. Its secretariat is based in Montreal, Canada. It is a comprehensive binding international agreement and it covers biodiversity at all the three levels such as ecosystem level, then species level and genetic level as well. And tell me guys, you know what is the reason of highest amount of biodiversity at ecotone? You know that ecotone is a transition habitat. Okay, what is the reason for high amount of biodiversity at ecotone? Objectives of CBD, already we covered: conservation of biodiversity and sustainable use of the biodiversity and fair and equitable share of information related to genetic biodiversity. These are the three objectives of Convention on Biodiversity. Protocols. To properly implement the CBD, we have two protocols. One is Nagoya Protocol, which adopted in 2010, and Cartagena Protocol, which adopted in 2000. Cartagena Protocol, it mainly regulates transboundary movement of, that means international movement of living modified organism, whereas Nagoya Protocol, it deals with the framework related to genetic information and fair and equitable sharing related to the benefits related to genetic information. So this is about the Cartagena as well as the Nagoya Protocol and CBD as a whole. Next, topic number 3, it is related to CVC as well as the Lokpal. Recently, government is giving information that almost all there is a likelihood appointment of the Lokpal as well as the CVC. In this context, we are going to see what is this Lokpal and what is the CVC, and some additional information related to both CVC as well as the Lokpal and who are those likelihood appointees also we are going to see. So as a whole, first you have to understand Lokpal and CVC, these both are the anti-corruption bodies. Lokpal is the highest compared to CVC, and the selection of the Lokpal will be done by selection committee, which consists of Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition and the CJA as well, whereas CVC selection committee consists of Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition and Home Minister as well. Now tell me students, does the 16th Lok Sabha and 17th Lok Sabha, do they have the Leader of Opposition or they don't? If Leader of Opposition is not there, then who is going to be a part of this committee? Put your answer in the comment section. Lokpal. Lokpal is India's first anti-corruption body, which was instituted in 2019. Okay, the Lokpal Act was made in 2013, but the first Lokpal appointment, it came in 2019. The first Lokpal appointee at India level, Justice Pinaki Chandra Ghosh. Now let's see main differences between the Lokpal and Lokayukta. Lokpal operates at union level, Lokayukta operates at state level. You know that Karnataka Lokayukta is a very powerful one. It was the one it unearthed a scam related to mining. Lokpal, it covers all the MPs and union government employees. Lokayukta, it covers legislative assembly and state government employee. Lokpal appointment done by the president, Lokayukta appointment done by the governor. Of course, members varies between the Lokayukta as well as Lokpal. Context. Committee led by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The likelihood selectees of Lokpal and CVC are: Lokpal would going to be the former Supreme Court Judge Ajay Manikrao Kanvilkar is going to be the Lokpal head, and S. Rajiv, who previously worked as Managing Director of Bank of Maharashtra, he is going to be the Vigilance Commissioner. CVC, Chief Vigilance Commissioner. CVC is also anti-corruption body, but here you have to remember CVC itself is not investigating body. It uses investigating officers, they are known as CVO. So CVC selected by Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition and Union Home Minister. Lokpal is an anti-corruption authority, act as an ombudsman agency. Lokpal Act was made in 2013, it enforced since 2014. Lokpal main purpose is to investigate into allegations of corruption against public functionaries. You know the impact of the Jan Lokpal movement led by Anna Hazare. CVC, it receives complaints on corruption related to the misuse of public office. Generally, following institutions, they can approach to CVC: Union Government, Lokpal and whistleblower. Okay, Lokpal can approach the CVC and CVC gives that investigation to CVO, or Lokpal can also use the CBI as well, because Lokpal itself They don't have any investigating agencies or any investigating man force. Next topic is Nano DAP. You know, recently in the union budget, it is saying that they are going to expand the application of Nano DAP into various agroclimate zones. So you have to know what is this Nano DAP. First, let's see, DAP stands for diammonium phosphate. It is one of the fertilizer related to plants. What is the usage of this fertilizer? It adds phosphorus to the soil so that the growth of the roots will be improved. Roots health also will be strengthened. Now, Government of India is trying to expand this Nano DAP across the country. The specialty of the Nano DAP is this Nano DAP present in a liquid form. As it is present in the liquid form, the surface area of the Nano DAP is greater compared to the solid form of the Nano DAP. This liquid Nano DAP includes nanoparticle of the DAP. Nanoparticle of DAP. So, Finance Minister mentioned the wider expansion of the Nano DAP usage in various agroclimatic zones. It is a liquid fertilizer product containing nanoparticles of diammonium phosphate and the nitrogen level, phosphorus level. The nitrogen level in this Nano DAP is around 8% diammonium phosphate and the phosphorus level is around 16%. These are the composition. Why liquid form? What is the advantage of the liquid form? Already I told you. And how the phosphorus contributes to the plant growth also we covered. Our next topic will be the World Sustainable Development Summit. So, World Sustainable Development Summit, which held at New Delhi, this climate meeting, this summit inaugurated by our Vice President. Actually, it is one of the independent organization, one of the independent event related to Sustainable Development Summit. The summit is being organized by TERI, the Energy and Resource Institute. That institute is organizing this World Sustainable Development Summit 2024. Our Vice President inaugurated the World Sustainable Development Summit in New Delhi. This annual event is organized by TERI, the Energy Research Institute. This Sustainable Summit, it was established in 2001 and now we are observing the 23rd edition of this summit. It is an independently convened international summit. And the theme of this year's summit is Leadership for the Sustainable Development and Climate Justice. It is the world's leading think tank which works on the sustainable development. TERI is an organization which established in 1974. You know that 1974 is the year where India done their first nuclear test in response to China's nuclear test which occurred in 1964. This TERI organization, its focusing areas are promoting efficient use of resources, increasing access as well as uptake regarding the sustainable inputs and reducing the impact of environmental and climate change. This TERI is based in New Delhi. Now, next topic is regarding the economy Unified Payment Interface UPI. Government of India recently announced that UPI services are launched at Eiffel Tower. So, what is the advantage of that? What is the impact? So, whoever the Indian tourists, when they visit Eiffel Tower, they can do transactions on Indian rupees. That is the advantage. So, how this UPI operates? This Unified Payment Interface UPI, developed by NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. The main objective of UPI is to enhance the seamless mobile services. This UPI integrated the mobile payment services and mobile fund services and so many other utilities which are related to the money. In fact, we can say that UPI system, it revolutionized digital payment network in India. So, now let us see the context of the news. India formally launched UPI at iconic Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. And this UPI developed by NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, it enables 24/7 mobile based payments and it merged multiple banking features, seamless fund routing, merchant payment into all the single mobile application and allowing the Indian tourists in France to make their payments in Indian rupees. And we can also say that this is one of the efforts towards internationalization of rupee. As the rupee usage is promoting across the globe, obviously, so the internationalization of rupee also will be enhanced. This is one of such kind of step we can see. Yesterday's video question, what is the implication of the union government giving special status to a state? What kind of implication? It's about the large percentage of the central assistance will be given in the form of the grant in aid to that particular state. Now we'll see today's video MCQs. What was the exact constitutional status of India on 26 January 1950? What was the constitutional status? Next question is, consider the following statement regarding the FAST telescope. What it stands for and what is the right statement regarding this? And next question is about the Papikonda National Park recently seen in the news is located in which state? Papikonda National Park. As we reach to the end of this video, so this is a detailed analysis regarding the weekly current affairs week 29 and we covered these following issues. Thanks for watching our channel and have a great day. Jai Hind.